The A-Team Challenge, a major project of the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools, is produced in partnership with the School District of Lee County, Waterman Broadcasting, and NBC2. This program features high school students in both public and private schools from 6 Southwest Florida counties as they compete in this exciting academic challenge. The A-Team Challenge is brought to you by Suncoast Credit Union.
Once again, welcome to the A-Team Challenge, and I am again very honored to be invited back this year to host the quarterfinals, the semifinals, and the final games of the A-Team Challenge for 2019. I'm Robert Van Winkle, and again, we're going to have a great time here this afternoon. We've got 2 great schools to duke it out for the final spots in the quarterfinals, moving on to the semifinals. Again, the A-Team Challenge is in its 31st year, partnering in Lee County with the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools, NBC2, of course, and the Lee County School District. The quarterfinal championship will be seen right here on NBC2 for several times this coming month, and you can also watch the games, by the way, on the Lee County School District's YouTube channel and on Charlotte County Educational Channel as well. This single elimination competition started off the year with 34 schools. We're down to just 5 schools left. Moving on to the semifinals will be Cypress Lake, Naples High, and Community School of Naples, and one of these 2 schools will fill the final spot as we continue to whittle down on the A-Team Challenge. Students, remember our subjects today are in the categories that you are familiar with already. Math, science, arts and humanities, language arts, social studies, and some general knowledge questions as well. Here's a quick roundup of the rules. Once again, each question on the A-Team is worth 10 points. Our third round is an exciting lightning round where the students will answer as many of 10 questions as they can in 60 seconds at rapid fire pace. It's a lot of fun and a good way to end up the game. I will introduce you to the players on both of these teams in just a minute, but let's get warmed up with round number 1, and then we'll do our introductions at the beginning of round 2. Are you guys ready? Let me see your head shake. Yes, good. Put your hands on your buzzers. Here we go. Let's begin the A-Team Challenge. The Basque triquitisha and the English concertina are smaller versions of what handheld musical instrument? Corey starts us off. Barron Collier.
The accordion.
Yes, that uses bellows to push air through the reeds. An accordion, 10 points for Barron Collier. What country, whose playwrights include Athol Fugard, is the setting of a novel about Stephen Kumalo, Cry the Beloved Country by Alan Paton? Charlotte, Barron Collier.
South Africa?
Yeah, South Africa is right. 10 points, Barron Collier. John Shatner, the former CEO of what company, resigned as chairman of the board in 2018 after using a racial slur in a conference call? Fernando, Barron Collier.
Papa John's?
Yeah, Papa John's, that's it. 10 points, Barron Collier. What man, known as the American Moses because he led a group of pioneers to Salt Lake City, was the Mormon leader whose namesake is the university in Utah? Corey, Barron?
Brigham Young.
Brigham Young is right. 10 more points for Barron Collier. What substance, which may accumulate in halos surrounding galaxies, makes up much of the mass of the universe? Corey, Barron Collier.
Hydrogen.
No, that's incorrect. I'll finish the question. Palmetto makes up much of the mass of the universe, but does not interact with light. Alexis.
Dark matter?
Dark matter is correct. All right, your first math question's coming up. Take a look. The students have pencil, paper, and I'll put it on the screen for you folks at home. At what value of x does the line y equal 3x intersect the parabola defined by y equals x squared minus x plus 4? Again, the students have this in front of them as they work with pencil, paper, and calculators that we provide them here on the set. We'll give them a few more extra seconds. Okay, Corey is in for Barron Collier. What's your answer, Corey?
X equals 2.
Yes, good job. X equals 2. That is correct, and that gives you another 10 points, Barron Collier. Listen up. Which order of classical architecture, which often features acanthus leaves on the tops of columns, is more ornate than the Doric and the Ionic? Charlotte, Barron Collier.
Corinthian?
The Corinthian order is the more ornate, and that gives you another 10 points, Barron Collier. What country, whose states include Minas Gerais and Fernando, Barron Collier?
Brazil?
Okay, that's right. In Mato Grosso, it's directly south of Suriname and Guyana, and it's the largest country in South America. You got that with just a few hints. Good. 10 points, Barron Collier. Next question. What American author depicted Phoenix Jackson's trip into town to seek treatment for her grandson in the story A Worn Path? I need the author. Yes, Charlotte, you're in.
O'Connor.
No, that's a good try, though. Give me a guess, Palmetto. Alexis?
Smith.
Smith, that's a good guess. Always a fine way to start if it's just a guess. No, Adora Welty. Welty was the answer. Next question for 10. What president ordered the Great White Fleet's voyage? Okay, Fernando, Barron Collier.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Yes, indeed. You're getting very good at answering these before I even get 2 words out. Good for you. Teddy Roosevelt, he signed the Pure Food and Drug Act and took office after William McKinley's assassination. Roosevelt, Teddy, correct. Next question for 10 points. What cabinet department was headed during the New Deal by Frances Perkins, who was the first female cabinet member? Boy, that was close, but you're in time. Brian, Palmetto?
Committee of African American Relations.
Sorry, Brian, that was a good guess, but not it. Do you want to try, Barron Collier? Abhijit?
Housing and Urban Development.
Nope, Department of Labor. Two good guesses. Smith and Housing of Urban Development. Always guess that. All right, next question. On the Come Up is an upcoming novel by what author who was inspired by the shooting death of Oscar Grant to write the 2017 novel, The Hate You Give? Charlotte, Barron.
Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas. Angie Thomas is right. 10 points for Barron Collier. Triangles, squares, and what other regular polygons can tile the plane? Abhijit, Barron.
Hexagons.
Hexagons is right. 10 points, Barron. What property of the tails of molecules in a micelle is sometimes used interchangeably with lipophilicity and literally means fear of water? Alexis, Palmetto.
Nonpolar.
No, sorry, that's not what I'm looking for. Barron Collier. Corey.
Hydrophobic.
Judges? Can you expand on that? Can you give me a little? No. Judges? Just give us one more second. Okay, we'll give you that one. Hydrophobicity is also another term that we were looking for as well. So 10 points for Barron Collier. In November of 2008, terrorists launched 12 shooting attacks on what most populous city in India? Abhijit, Barron.
Delhi.
No, not that one. Whose Gateway of India monument is on the Arabian Sea? Palmetto Ridge, Ranasha.
Mumbai.
Yes, Mumbai is right. That gets you another 10 points. Good job. What term for a bird whose species include the sandhill is the surname Fernando?
Crane.
Yes, that's exactly right. It's a surname of a title character from the sitcom Frasier. Crane is what I was looking for, Barron Collier. What 19th century Danish philosopher who wrote the books Either Or and Fear and Trembling is considered a forerunner of existentialism? And that goes to Alexis, Palmetto Ridge.
Kierkegaard.
Yes, good job. 10 points for Palmetto Ridge. What successor of Ignacio Comonfort was president during the Reform War and an 1861 French invasion of Mexico and was of Zapotec origin? Okay, Abhijit, you're in time.
Diaz.
Diaz is a fine guess. Not the right one, though. Palmetto Ridge. Had a guess? Brian.
Gomez.
Nope, not that one either. Juarez. Juarez is what I was looking for. All right, moving on. What type of curve, named by Galileo, is traced out by a point on the circumference of a circle rolling along a straight line? That's close. Judges? Nope, I'm sorry, you didn't get there in time. The cycloid. Cycloid was what I was looking for there. All right, that concludes our first round. We do have a commanding lead by Barron Collier, but Palmetto Ridge, don't lose heart. You've got another opportunity and another round coming up, and we will find out how that goes and introduce you to our fine student players in just a moment. Stay with us.
This one's packed with hope. This one's packed with big dreams. This one's packed with inspiration. It may look like a simple brown bag lunch, but it's really a big way to make a difference. That's because when you become a Take Stock in Children mentor, it takes just 1 hour a week to make an impact that can't be measured. Change a life over lunch. Become a mentor today.
Take Stock in Children is a major program of the Foundation for Lee County Public Schools. For more information on how you can become a mentor, call 239-337-0433 or email info@leeschoolfoundation.org.
Your fantastic future. Suncoast Credit Union can help you get there with trusted advice and the banking you need to live your best life. Because we're a credit union, profits come back to you with lower loan rates, higher earnings, and more free services. Anyone who lives on Florida's West Coast can bank with Suncoast. We have convenient branches, mobile and online banking, and free access to more than 30,000 ATMs nationwide. Your fantastic future starts here. See what banking at Suncoast can do for you.
Welcome back to the A-Team Challenge. During our commercial break, we had a challenge to one of our questions, which has led to a difference in the score now. Palmetto Ridge at 20 and Barron Collier at 120. But again, Palmetto Ridge, it's time to play catch-up, and I'm sure you will be doing that in just a minute. Let's get right to our introductions now and start off with Barron Collier High School. A great group of young people here, starting off in the lead position. No stranger to the A-Team is Abhijith Neelam Chalil, and he is a senior this year. Abhijith is going to head off to Princeton, and probably won't surprise you that he'll be studying astrophysics. So good for you, Abhijith, and good luck in the future. Charlotte Atkins is next up. Charlotte, a senior as well. She's been accepted to Columbia University. Congratulations, Charlotte, and she's going to be studying literature. In the back row, we've got Corey Olmstead. Corey is on his way to MIT, hopefully. He is waiting to hear about his acceptance. I'm sure it's going to be positive, and wants to study nuclear physics. How about that? Rounding out the team is Fernando Benegas, and Fernando is also a senior. Fernando is hoping to head to Georgetown, also waiting to hear a positive result for that, and he wants to study law. Fernando, Corey, and Charlotte and Abhijith make up the team from Barron Collier High School under the coaching of John O'Brien. John O'Brien, by the way, has been around coaching the A-Team at his school for 18 years. So we commend you for that dedication. On to this Palmetto Ridge High School team under the coaching of Allison Chapman, a 6-year veteran to the A-Team. This is Renisha Duprat. Renisha is a sophomore this year, and Renisha wants to go to the University of Michigan and study biology. Good luck to you in the future. Brian Munoz is a junior. Brian is going off to Harvard and wants to study biochemistry. In the back row, we've got Alexis Amoyo, a sophomore this year. She would like to head to MIT and study nanotechnology. Sounds pretty interesting to me. And rounding out the team is Natalia Rosen. Natalia is a sophomore this year. I love this. She's going to be going off to Juilliard, hopefully, and continue studying her violin and performing arts. That's terrific. Natalia, Alexis, Brian, and Renisha under the coaching of Allison Chapman. All right, my young friends, here we go. This is round number 2. Put your hands on your buzzers and let's get started. A charge of positive 2/3 is carried by what subatomic particle? Brian, Palmetto Ridge.
An up quark.
An up quark is right, of which 2 are found in a proton along with the particle's counterpart, the down quark. Correct, 10 points, Palmetto Ridge. Which Ivy League school, whose president is Drew Gilpin Faust, did Richard Nixon once call the Kremlin on the Charles? Abhijit, Barron.
Harvard.
Harvard. It's pronounced Harvard. Yes, you're right. 10 points, Barron Collier. Next question for 10. What poet addressed the breath of autumn's being in Ode to the West Wind and described two vast and trunkless legs of stone in Charlotte, Barron Collier?
Shelley.
Shelley, right. Ozymandias, right. 10 points, Barron Collier. The Tryst with Destiny speech was given by what father of Indira Gandhi, the first Prime Minister of India? Abhijit, Barron?
Nehru.
Nehru is right. 10 points, Barron Collier. Which warlord died at Honoji Temple, pioneered the use of matchlocks during the Sengoku period, and was the first of three unifiers of Japan? Fernando, Barron Collier.
Oda.
Can you be more specific, please? Okay. Okay, yep, you're right. You got that right. 10 points, Barron Collier. Thank you. Sorry about that. Yeah, it was Oda Nobunaga, but we'll give you the Oda part. Correct, 10 points. In Othello, who tricks Othello into believing that Charlotte, Barron Collier?
Iago.
Yeah, that's, if you're into that, you know that answer right away. Othello's wife, Desdemona, is having an affair with Cassio. 10 points, Barron Collier. What river, listen up, what river, whose name is Iroquois for good, is formed from the confluence of the Monongahela and the Allegheny and names the state home to Cincinnati? Abhijit, Barron Collier.
Ohio.
The Ohio River is formed by those two rivers at Pittsburgh and flows down toward the west. Next question for 10 points. Two answers are required here. I need both answers. What two elements were discovered by Marie and Pierre Curie, Barron Collier?
Polonium and radium.
Polonium and radium. They were discovered by the Curies during their experiments on radioactivity. Very good. 10 points, Barron Collier. Here's another math question. You can get started. I'll put it on the screen for our folks at home. Either of the two answers are accepted. What fraction, when squared, yields, Renatia, Palmetto Ridge?
1/2.
1/2 is right. Yields 1/4, or what is the square root of 1/4? 1/2, or we would have accepted negative 1/2 as well. Good job. 10 points, Palmetto Ridge. What Democratic Senate Majority Leader from New York gave a speech in July of 2018 where he said Maxine Waters' calls for protests were not American? Kind of a recent event here. Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer was the one that said that. Next question for 10. What daughter of Holy Roman Emperor Francis I wed the future Louis XVI of France? Abhijit, Barron Collier.
Marie Antoinette.
Marie Antoinette, yes indeed. 10 points, Barron Collier. What development of the permanent income hypothesis what developer of the permanent income hypothesis wrote Capitalism and Freedom and was a leading member of the Chicago School of Economics? Renatia, Palmetto.
Keynes.
Good try there. Sorry, not it. Barron Collier? Friedman, Milton Friedman. All right, no harm, no foul. Next question. What law states that the amount of gas dissolved in a liquid is proportional to the gas's partial? Brian, Palmetto?
The ideal gas law.
Oh, Brian, sorry, that's a good guess, but no, that's not it. Barron, the rest of the question is, okay, you don't want to hear it. Corey?
Dalton's law.
Nope, the rest of the question was proportional to the gas's partial pressure. It's Henry's law. All right, that's all right. Next question for 10. What anthropologist, nicknamed Burning Spear, was succeeded in office by Daniel Arap Moi and was the first president of an independent Kenya? His name was Kenyatta, Jomo Kenyatta. Next question for 10. What Scott Westerfield novel about Tally Youngblood's rebellion against conformity was followed by the three sequels, Pretties, Specials, and Extras? The novel, Charlotte?
Uglies.
Yeah, good job. That's exactly right. 10 points, Barron Collier. What geometric shape is formed by a common protein secondary structure with about 3.6 residues per turn, and by both strands in a molecule? Corey, Barron Collier.
A double helix.
Nope. Palmetto Ridge, and by both strands in a molecule of DNA. That's the rest of the question. I think that was too late, judges. It was too late. Sorry, Alexis. We just needed the helix, not the double helix, just the helix, or that's the answer. Okay, clear the buzzers. Next question. What country, which experienced the Soweto uprising in 1976, sentenced many of those found guilty at the Rivonia trial to prison on Robben Island? Abhijit, Barron Collier.
South Africa?
Yeah, that's where the island's located. South Africa, 10 points, Barron Collier. What football coach who led LSU to a national title by winning the 2004 Sugar Bowl has won 5 national titles with Alabama's Crimson Tide? Roll Tide. Nick Saban. Next question for 10 points. A 2018 meta-analysis shows that most pregnancies end in what manner? Also known as spontaneous abortion. Renisha, Palmetto.
Miscarriage.
Yeah, often before the women even know they're pregnant. Miscarriage, 10 points gets you right under the gun on the board. All right, let's take a short break. When we come back, we've got our exciting lightning round conclusion for the A-Team Challenge. We'll be right back.
The Foundation for Lee County Public Schools is celebrating 30 years of enhancing education throughout Lee County. With the support of the business community and community at large. More than 3,000 students have participated in hands-on learning opportunities at local STEM businesses through our STEM at Work program.
One of you can hand the seeds out, one can plant and one can water.
This is actually my favorite class. In this one, I'm growing okra, and that one, we're growing lettuce.
Our Take Stock in Children and student advocacy and mentoring programs have provided more than 5,000 hours of mentoring to low-income, at-risk students. And this year, more than 350 students will attend our college and career readiness workshops. If you would like to learn more about how you or your business can get involved, please visit us online at www.leeschoolfoundation.org.
When you choose Support Education tags, you are investing in future teachers like these, as well as teachers like me.
It feels good to know that when you purchase the education license plate, the proceeds go directly back into your local education community.
What an easy way to make a difference in your schools. A portion of the funds from each purchase or renewal of a Support Education license plate is sent directly to your local education foundation to support teachers and students.
Welcome back to the lightning round, our final round of the A-Team Challenge. You'll notice the teams are now in groups. They'll be working together as a group to answer these 10 questions in hopefully all of them in 60 seconds. Let me introduce you to the alternates here. We've got one alternate on the Barron Collier side. Seth, give us a wave. Seth's in the middle there, senior. He's going off to the University of Chicago to study actuarial science. And on this side, we've got two alternates. Christian Garcia, Christian right here is a junior, wants to go off to Spain to the Universidad de Salamanca and study Latin American studies. And next to him is Alexandra. Give us a wave, Alexandra. She's Alexandra Hernandez, a sophomore, going off to Cornell to study biology. Here's how it works. I've got two envelopes, a green one and a yellow one. Inside, 10 questions, and the students will have 60 seconds per side to answer those questions. Now, the trick is, though, they're working together as a group. The only answer that I'll take will be the one from the team captain, which is Abhijit on this side and Renisha on this side. So the team with the least amount of points will be going first. ¿Qué quieres, verde or amarillo? Verde, all right. This is in honor of you going off to the University of Salamanca. Here's your topic. The topic for your lightning round is all. A-L-L. Now listen carefully. Give these nouns that begin with the three letters all. A-L-L. All right? All your answers will begin with the letters A-L-L. 60 seconds on the clock. Here we go. An exaggerated immune reaction, for example, to peanuts or cat hair.
Allergy.
Correct. A story that uses symbolic representation.
Allegory.
Allegory. The repetition of initial consonant sounds.
Alliteration.
Alliteration. Alternative forms of a gene.
Allele.
Alleles is correct. An association between two countries in times of war.
Ally.
Yes. The state reptile of 3 U.S. states.
Alligator.
Alligator. A solid solution composed of 2 or more metals.
Alloyed.
Correct. A regular sum of money for personal expenses.
A pass.
A brisk, lively musical tempo.
Allegro.
Correct. The dried, unripe fruit of pimento trees used as a seasoning.
Pass.
A regular sum of money for personal expenses. Oh, you did really well. You got 8 of those. That's awesome. That was an allowance. Oh. And this one, this is a good one. The dried, unripe fruit of the pimento tree as a seasoning, allspice.
Oh.
Okay.
I don't know what allspice is.
I don't know what allspice is either, but there it is. All right. Hey, you guys, thank you very much. You did a great job. You got 8 questions right, and we'll put another score correction up there for you guys. All right, here you are. Barron, Collier, you ready? Your subject is rebellions. Rebellions, okay? Now, in this one, name the present-day country in which these rebellions took place. So there could be more than one answer. I've got them all on my sheet here, but I want you to give me the country, all right? Ready? 60 seconds on the clock. Go. The Whiskey Rebellion.
United
States.
Correct.
USA.
Correct. The Monmouth Rebellion against James II.
England.
Correct.
Great Britain.
The Easter Rising.
Ireland.
Ireland is correct. The Zachary.
Pass.
An-Lushan Rebellion. The An-Lushan Rebellion.
Pass.
The Mau Mau Uprising.
Pass.
The Sepoy Mutiny.
India.
Correct. The Satsuma Rebellion.
Japan.
Japan is right. The Kronstadt Rebellion.
Germany.
Incorrect. The Eureka Rebellion, a gold miners' revolt.
Pass.
The first past one is the Zachary. Well, that was France.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And the other past one was the Mau Mau Uprising. That was Kenya. And the other past one was the last one, the Eureka Rebellion, Australia.
Isn't there?
You guys did a good
We
job.
got one wrong, I think.
Yeah. You got the Kronstadt. Sorry, the Kronstadt Rebellion was Russia.
Okay.
Was Russia. The one you passed on after that was the Eureka Rebellion. Okay. Hey, you guys did a great job. They did a great job, didn't they? You guys both did. Let's give them a hand. Off to the finals, semifinals with Barron, Collier. Let's get up and shake each other's hands. Thank you for watching the A-Team Challenge as we celebrate academic excellence in Southwest Florida. Good job, guys.